Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the Right Stuff video, episode 9, entitled Winter's Inspiration. And that's what this show is all about, is winter's inspiration. I talk about how winter can be inspiring, and I also have some wonderful poems, so just stick around, enjoy the next half hour. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody on YouTube. It's been a little while since I posted anything up on YouTube. I'm kind of doing this thing freeform and see what comes out. I am by my other inspirational place in Manchester, the Merrimack River, a spot by the Merrimack, and I think I have some video of the Merrimack I could show you afterwards. I'll definitely take some new ones here. It's a lot of snow though between me and the river there, so I have I don't have my boots on. So anyways, I think I have some other stock footage that I've created in the past of the Merrimack that I can put. And a lot's been happening. You know, my window in my car just smashed. I was taking some stock footage down around the Merrimack River, and all of a sudden my window just it's the first time it's ever happened to me, and there's nobody around that could be shooting things that I saw anyways. If you know of anything, just leave a comment in the comment section down below. I don't know, I guess I can talk a little bit about winter. And winter can bring inspiration. And of course I'm in my car again because it's cold out there. It's really cold. I forget what the wind chill factor is, but it's probably near 0 degrees Fahrenheit. For all who watch across the seas, which is 32 degrees, minus 32 degrees Celsius, or is it 32 degrees? Yeah. But there's a lot of inspiration that can come from the winter. I keep looking out the window here, just looking at the highway, the bridge, the snow, the trees. You know, I get my inspiration from nature and from what's around me. I'll be talking about inspiration in another particular video, but particularly in winter time, you know, people say, you know, how can you be inspired by winter? It's cold, it's dark, it's well, cold and dark. You gotta bundle up, you gotta wear tons of clothes on, you can't just go out, you gotta like dress up to go out, instead of just going out with short and t-shirts or tank top or whatever. But winter for me symbolizes you know, a time of pondering, a time where like seeds germinate, because that's what they're doing. You know, the seeds are germinating in the ground, waiting for winter. I mean, waiting for spring to bloom. But the landscape, especially right now, it's like sunset. Well, it's almost sunset, and the lighting that's coming in. The lighting that's coming in Just creates other feeling, the way the shadows land on the building, the mill buildings around here. Especially going through the trees. The trees are now bare, but the shadows they create, it's like pictures, you know, nice little pictures. And so, you know, by using a lot of these symbols of nature, symbols of winter, you know, the long shadows, the cold, the dark, the seeds being germinated in the Earth Mother's womb, the white snow, especially when it first falls, and makes a real mess for cars to get by and to work and maneuver, and it's just a big hassle. But you know, if you're not driving a car, or you're not working, or you don't have school that day, you can just sit back and look at the snow as it falls. It collects. You know, it's kind of like you know, it could be a symbol of manna from heaven. You know, the pure white crystal that falls to the ground, to the cold gray ground, livening it up. And even when the snow stays on the individual branches, and if there's too much, it weighs down and gets really, really heavy, and can be dangerous, but beautiful at the same time. You know, there's a lot of dynamics that's happening in the winter time. I mean, you don't have to be in the middle of summer when everything's nice and green and beautiful colors and things like that. I mean, there's beauty in all seasons, and there's inspiration in all seasons. You know, all you have to do is just like look around, sit and watch. Look how the shadows play on the landscape. See what inspiration comes up, especially if you're by a particular area that's very high in vibration. It's very inspirational. And usually the high vibrational areas are the areas where there's waters, you know, lakes or rivers. But there can also be a lot of nature, you know. A little gazebo in the middle of the woods, or you know, a park bench if it's not too cold to sit on, or if it's not buried by snow and ice. That's also something that's very dangerous, that can be very poetic, and especially how it glistens in the sun. And our experiences in the winter. You know, another thing winter brings, everybody gets, at least I do, I get very much more pondery, if that's a word, much more pondery than in the spring, summer, or autumn. Well, actually I start to get pondery in the autumn, but more so in the winter. You know, because usually when stuff happens and you just start questioning things, you're questioning your paths, you're questioning your decisions, wondering if you've made the right choices. You know, it's time of reflection, you know, as you reflect on past seasons. what you've done through the year, you know, analyze, and you gain wisdom. And wisdom, that's, I believe, that symbolizes winter. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of symbols for winter. You know, just go out, look around in nature, and really notice things. Really look. I mean, we don't look much nowadays. You know, everything's just fast. But we don't just sit down and look and ponder. There's beauty in every season if we just stop, look, and listen. Notice what comes up in our soul, in our being, and write about that, and play with what comes up. When you're writing it out, play with it. You know, if you're writing about winter, use some of the things winter to play with that. So I hope this is inspirational, and I hope this goes up on YouTube. I'm signing out for now. Thank you for listening. More to come. Hey everybody on YouTube. Making another picture, as you can tell, another video, so you can tell the scenes are the same thing. Because I usually have a list of things when I video. I have a couple poems, some new poems that I want to read. The first one is entitled Dragon of Chaos. And I've been really actually doing a lot of dragons actually starting to appear in my poems. And dragons can be very symbolized. They're definitely very mythical, and it can add a sense of myth to the poems if you use the right words to go with it. This is also a song that is a song, maybe it should be a song, poem about winter. It's very much about winter. Just like a lot of the symbolism that I was talking about from winter pops up in here, and I use that symbolism to express what's coming up from me or through me, you know, because I do believe my poems are inspired by soul, that it comes from the soul and it goes and speaks to the soul. And I think that's why people are attracted to my poems. I think it's more the soul that's in them. So anyways, Dragon of Chaos. The lights on a dark, cold eve, reflections of the time where freedom goes back to seed. In the cold, dark ground, we wait for the dragon of chaos, born in space's darkness. Only they can enter the void within the beginning and ending, to bring us the light from beyond of that which flows through creation's wind. Destroyer of old ideas, clearing the way for the creation of the new, and a chance for the light of the doorway between the ending and beginning to come forth into this holy universe. And her children of creation, let light shine on the darkness of the moment, and for our true selves to be revealed. And I think also it's another symbol of winter. You know, we're kind of like in our little cocoons, assimilating everything from the past year, everything that's happening during winter. And springtime, we bloom to be the people whom we're going to be in that new year. You know, very poetic way of looking at life, year to year, and how it constantly changes and evolves. Some of the images that I used in here about dragons, I kind of picked up a book at Barnes & Noble. I go there sometimes. I happened to pick up a book. I should have bought it. Instead I bought, I can't even remember the book I bought. I should have bought this book instead. Because I definitely could have got into this dragon book. But there was a dragon actually called the Dragon of Chaos. And in it says that it can only enter the void because only it was born in the darkness of space. So I kind of used those ideas and expanded upon that. It's like, okay, what would what could that symbolize? You know, and chaos. You know, chaos is the new being reborn. If we didn't have chaos, things would stay the same every day, every hour, every day, every month, every year, if we didn't have chaos. Chaos is a pattern of creation. And if you get into physics, you know what I mean. But you can look for the patterns of chaos in any physics book, and you'll find it. And so, you know, it's through chaos that we grow, that our soul finds expression. So when things are going a little screwy for you, try and find your center. You know, go to that place, that quiet place, and observe the chaos around you, and see how you can use that chaos, master that chaos, to create the beauty that you want to create. And that leads nicely to the other poem I want to read. It's entitled Life's Purpose. When we come into this life, our soul chooses our potential path. But once we're born, we are the one to choose if we'd stay on soul's path. If we do stay on soul's path, it will lead us to soul communication in this physical realm. Then, upon our next life, we will choose our life's path and be as shamans and walk both worlds and work to get to the next level. But our lives have multiple purposes, just as any sacred work created by soul inspiration. As we work to proceed to the next level, we work to create new beauty in this physical realm and to show the true glory of the universe. And those familiar with my videos know that I consider the universe as the body of God. And the spirit that flows through it is the Holy Spirit, or the God force, whichever you're more comfortable with, you know. And that's all religion is. It's just symbols. Symbols trying to understand what is not known about what we're trying to do, learn here on earth. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening. I do have another poem, so you can see the same area with another poem. It's a long poem, but before then, have a good day, live long, and prosper. And it's been so long, I forgot my saying. I'll remember the next one. Oh yeah, remember it now. Stay creative in the magic of life. Thanks for listening. The sun is going down, and actually before I leave I want to take some pictures of the shadows and area. But anyways, here's that third poem. It's a long poem. It's a 3-pager. And it talks about what I've been saying in the past 2 videos. It's entitled The Pheonix Rises. The Pheonix Rises. The time has come for healing and growth, the changes of earth and that of her people, the time of prophecy by the garden's people, caretakers of earth, for the phoenix to rise. Come back to the basics. Keep base needs, expenses low. Become free as eagle, not tied to glamour's truth. Rest on firm foundations. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. The stock market, the housing market, big and small businesses, people have forgotten the truth of eagle, to truly be free and rule the sky. The seeds been planted. Come back to the basics. Keep base needs, expenses low. Become free as eagle, not tied to glamour's truth. Rest on firm foundations. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. The phoenix grows in earth's womb. A new light shines in times of chaos. I travel among the darkness. My light shines bright. I bring love, hope, and compassion. My eyes see truth. Come back to the basics. Keep base needs, expenses low. Become free as the eagle, not tied to glamour's truth. Rest on firm foundations. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. Say it with me. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. Protection stopped by those who watch earth. People's lack of awareness, people's minds in chaos. Electromagnetic bonds weaken. The silent rumble of earth. The phoenix wakes and begins to rise. Come back to the basics. Keep base needs, expenses low. Become free as eagle, not tied to glamour's truth. Rest on firm foundations. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. My heart beats as earth. My anxiety and stress dissipate. Phoenix comes out of earth, its wings outstretched The phoenix flies, and I fly in its truth. My soul shares wisdom as the sun to earth. Come back to the basics. Keep base needs. Your expenses low. Become free as eagle, not tied to glamorous truth. Rest on firm foundations. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. Energy cannot be destroyed, only reshaped and reformed. A part of life's stream, the truth of the human form. My words come as the autumn leaf. Light, love, healing. Nature's tech grows. People's souls communicate. Come back to the basic. Keep base needs. Your expenses low. Become free as eagle, not tied to glamorous truth. Rest on firm foundations. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. The light of soul shines on darkness below. A new tree of old grows. The children of creation are born. The white buffalo comes. Indian souls in white bodies transcend boundaries. Transitions, truth. The dance of cause and effect plays. Come back to the basics. Keep base needs. Expenses low. Become as free as eagle, not tied to glamorous truth. Rest on firm foundations. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. Come back to the basics and keep my base expenses, needs low, and have become free, not tied to glamour's need. On firm foundations I rest, and grew as a beautiful flower in grace from the seed, begun eons ago, until now. The bell of the ball shone, a new warrior, and from creation's battle I emerge triumphant. And I hope you like that poem, The Pheonix Rises. Stay creative in the magic of life, and live long and prosper. Thank you for listening.